Hi everyone, you have found what to play next. We're bringing everything that is awesome in gaming. We go through SteamFest, the indie community, new releases, everything along those lines, and we try to I've got like a bunch of chords showing. I feel like that's a little bit less than aesthetic. We try to find something different. So all of the games that we pick out have something different. Every once in a while we'll run into something outstanding. It tends to be graphics as well. But most of our games are under $20, and it'll let you know what's going on in gaming. So they'll have done something different, and what happens when you hit the subscribe and that bell down there is you get that in your feed, where you can see one new game a day, like 5 or 6 times a week. Dr. Janko just called me. I know a girl's been spotted on the road to Atiquonia. Oh my god. So a girl collapses in the middle of the road. Or you can just subscribe because you love us. We love you. And it's awesome. Comment, we love talking to you. Has she forgotten everything? Oh, okay, so they did get her off of the road. Apparently she has retrograde amnesia. So we're starting off an adventure game. It's got really cool graphics. It's using something a little bit more appy. So she doesn't remember her name or how she got to the town. And it looks like the shader 3-dimensional, but aside from that, the cutout style they use in mobile or social media games. Where did you find her? In the middle of the road. I brought her in the ambulance. Is she carrying some sort of identification? Only her wallet with an ID card and no money. Wow. What state did you find her in? She was unconscious. What was her doctor's statement? They ran a few tests on her. She was disoriented and dehydrated. I think I could ask her a few questions now. Dr. Janko said she just needs some rest. As soon as she's discharged, I want her by the station. Okay, so obviously you have something that disrupts the communities. So they kind of have to go ahead and, really report on it so that the TV stations can get it right and everything like that. Looks like a much smaller town. More a Life is Strange sort of setup than anything urban at all. Okay, so that must be me. Computer doesn't have an internet connection. How do you know? How do you know about the internet if you don't remember anything? I'd rather go for a tomato tree than a tree that grows keys. You never know what a key can open. She's very mysterious. There's clearly something going on. I don't have enough money for a coffee. Oh, honey, that's really tragic. It needs to be watered. I mean, they can discharge you and then you're just kind of done. She doesn't know what's going on, I don't have a key card. It's interesting, so it's their lab. I can't open it. So I guess we can talk to the paramedic who came back by. That's nice of him. Hello. Hi, my name is Kareem. I'm the one who brought you to the medical center. Hi, Kareem. Remember you. Good morning. Here, take this. I found it next to you. Hopefully it's my wallet. Kinda need some cash. There's no money in it. It's because I looted you. There was only an ID. 36 Ancora Street, Madrid. My name is Sarah Campillo. Sarah with an H at the end. What a coincidence! My last name is Sarah, also with an H at the end. Are we in Spain? In Spain. Thank you for keeping my wallet safe. By the way, Officer Ancora asked me to... Officer Ancora. Take you to the police station so she can talk to you. Ancora, that's the name of the street I live on. It happens a lot. You'll run into people with similar names or similar contrivances, as we've run into before. You don't need to start singing It's a Small World. I think it's better to go to the police station with Cream. Okay, so do we click on him again? Right, we made our decision. We're done here. So you're getting a more similar experience to something that you would get in-game in an app, but it's done as an adventure game. So there's going to be a different design elements, and a different interface. Happy to see you in better shape, Sarah. Thank you. Is that your real name? Excuse you? How would I know? There's no Sarah Campillo who lives on 36 Ancora Street. You're just saying that because that's your name. I know you're mad. My ID is fake. It may be an old address that I didn't update on my ID. Already confirmed that. No Sarah Campillo ever lived there. I feel like you're being hostile to me. That I'm not Sarah Campillo? We're still figuring that out. Maybe somebody dumped me with the ID. That's my photo on the ID. Yes, but only you can tell us if you're Sarah Campillo. I kinda can't. If I'm not, then who am I? I guess we might as well stay neutral. I can't answer that question right now. So we kind of have a mystery, but it revolves around the protagonist. Have you searched the missing people database? So I'm not really looking for keys to my past or anything like that. I just want to know what's going on. Don't remember anything. What has Dr. Jean-Qui told you? Should be recovering my memory little by little. After the prologue, I want to see what they do with the interface, like how they work with that. Anything familiar to her might accelerate the process. What does that mean? It means I should go back to Madrid. So we are set in Spain. I'm afraid that's not possible. You need to stay here until everything becomes clear. Foreign games always give you a different vibe. And it's interesting to see what they're doing with gaming. You know, like, obviously this didn't, you know, they would have had this in their social media because Facebook, for instance, is everywhere. But don't worry about it. I'm sure you can stay there without any problems. So she has a place to crash. That's cool. Can I talk to you more? I'll look around. They're still doing coffee and guns. Great combination. The backdrop is a way to provide you a story. I don't know if they're catching criminals, but at this rate, they're certainly catching cholesterol. That's common throughout theater, where the theater gives us the story. And theater backdrop and props give us the story. They don't use the foreground as much. Some adventure games are trying to expand out into that, especially in three-dimensional ones. Old Man by the Sea was one of them. They tend to have a little bit less in the way of dialogue. It's like people just can't gap that, so that's interesting. I hope he comes with me to the guest house. Hi, friend. You want to come visit? I'm a little disoriented. I hope the guest house is comfortable. So every time I exit the scene, it does give me a partial curtain down, really developing that. That is a nice fade. I enjoy that. So, you know, weird little, you know, gamer thing that's thrown in there. They might all do it. That's just something for American devs to think about. You know, like, how do you fade? Hi, Ada. Busy day? It certainly signals to anybody who's classically trained or, you know, just has a regular education that is the next scene and we're on to a different subject now, possibly with different characters. Can I have your ID? I have a fake ID. Let's try it. Just give her the fake. This is all that I have. This is all that I am, friend. Sarah Campillo. One moment, please. Yeah, like, what would you even do with that? I mean, I guess there's already a paid reservation under your name. See, I'm glad I had that, even if it is my fake name. They already made a reservation for me. I have to do this. The town said so. Thank you. So if you want to play along, the link to the demo is in the description below. It's Spanish. They had a great locational team. Can you tell me who made and paid for the reservation? It was paid for by a bank transfer. I haven't found so much as a typo yet. And while the language is very formal, it's also a very small town, which is hard to do. So good job there, incredible job by the dev team, finding and then by the locational team providing the translations. Not a lot in Western culture needs to be translated as far as visuals, but they're trying to make them a couple already. We're not lovebirds. Yeah, sure, lovebirds. Never mind, Ada is a joker. Are you blushing? So they immediately provide her with companionship. That's interesting. That is not something that's done in American games. You suffer in our games. So that's down there. Also down there are all my social links. So if you want to link up with us, you know, we're on everything. I literally only talk gaming. Spoiler alert. Every once in a while I'll comment and use it in its actual capacity, but it's really just pretty much because I'm obsessed with gaming. I started with Bethesda when I was 12, and then obviously gaming before that. Perfect timing to be indiscreet, so I'm going to snoop around a little bit. Apparently that's kind of socially acceptable when you're just hurt, where she knows that she's going to get away with it. When you're in the guest house, it looks pretty good. Okay, this is a guest house as well. That's kind of, you know, it's a good indicator that it's, you know, at least shared, not shared. I don't know, space, I guess. Does everyone read these? Does anyone ever read these books? So that's fun. You can go upstairs, but I don't want to go to bed. So it doesn't look like the story is at any point going to kick into high gear. We are really just going to do that sort of indie exploration here. Oh my god, look at the scenery. This is incredible. The street lamps, I love them. Great job. Completely different use of, as you zoom out, that graphical style that we are so used to in apps takes on a completely different tenor. So again, 2 thumbs. Loving this. Now I feel a lot more like I'm in a highlights magazine. It's so wholesome. Death Over IT. They're very dramatic about tech in this town. I kind of like it. We have a dark aspect to our computers because they've always been involved in things like the Cold War for us, or, you know, the Terminator and that sort of ideation, where our programmers went out and they tried to resolve the nightmares they were having from the world around them as they developed. We actually created the internet, so that connectivity hit America hard, with a lot of foreign interactions, worries about our banks, stuff like that. So there was a lot there. Closed for demonstration, sorry for the inconvenience. England experienced a similar thing, but some of the other places just kind of took it at a slower pace, you know? So, really great game. You know, 2 thumbs, especially if you like a slower pace. I know a lot of the indie community does. What else is in the description below? Oh, you can buy this chick a coffee, $1 on Coffee, KOFI. It's indie social network. So that's fun. You can kind of, you know, wander around, look in there, see what's going on, see what's growing. Like I said, all my social links are down there. That's in there. A link for the game. Subscribe, hit the bell. Or just subscribe because you love us. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride. We'll start putting some puzzles together here. But like I said, it's kind of moving at a slower pace, so I'm going to go ahead and click off. I try to keep the videos shorter. So we love you guys. Stay safe, game on, and we will see you next video.